Welcome back to Rapids and Ridges, everybody. I wanted to give y'all a look at what we had going on in the last one. I heated that ball and I decided to break it open to see how far through it heated. And as you can see, it was definitely not all the way through. And if I probe at the very inside of it there, it's not fully hardened through here. It's harder, but it's not fully hardened like the outside is. So we definitely need to try to get the fire a little bit hotter next time. And we'll try to work on the forge here in a video soon and see if we can't do some upgrades to make it work just a little bit better. And then we'll retry to fire those blocks and see if we can't make brick out of them, and the ones that we have already sitting out there. And I've got some clay right here that I've started to kind of refine down. I've got all the rocks and stuff took out of it. I'm letting it kind of air dry right now to get to a good working consistency, but I want to try to make some pottery here soon. And on a very serious note, guys, we have some problems coming up with the dam here soon. I have nothing but about a week's worth of rain forecasted coming up, and I'm kind of in a bad spot to be getting a storm like what we have rolling in. The main part of the dam itself, I'm sure, will be completely fine, but what I'm worried about is on the inside. I had already started to dig out this barrier, connected it to the other side where we was working, and the other side is not finished. So if it overflows this, it could damage that part of the wall out there. And then the upper side, I'm worried about it washing out this right here down onto my walkway, because all this was just recently backfilled, and it's as hard as I can pack it in, but it's not hard packed. If this fills all the way up, I'm not sure that it will completely hold. I set these blocks here to help guide the water, just to keep it from eroding too much, and to try to funnel all the water off this side where my waterfall normally is. And I believe that will work, but it's a solid week of rain and we'll just have to see what happens. It may be a disaster in the forecast, and if so, we'll pick back up and fix everything and rebuild again. I've had it flood once before, and I'm sure it'll flood many more times before it's completely done, but we'll see what happens together, guys. And this is roughly kind of how I'm wanting the wall to look up here when it is put in place, other than this area is going to be a spillway that I can open and shut. It's just going to be 2 or 3 blocks tall, but I'm gonna go from this side over here behind that rock right around through here and over to that bank. It'll be the same thing we have down here, just a little bit wider on top. Stay tuned, and I hope you all enjoy, and let's hope for the best on this storm. Alright guys, we're back over here at the forge. I wanted to give y'all a quick look at what happened in that last video. We went ahead and heated all that up, and I showed y'all a little bit of how I set up my forge. Right here's how my blocks came out. They partially heated but did not fully heat, so we're going to have to do some upgrades to the forge, see if we can't get a little bit more heat out of it. I'm going to close in the back of it. I have a scrap grill and a few other things laying around here. We'll see if we can't get some parts and pieces from to upgrade this on the cheap. I want to keep it a project that anyone could do on a budget. Stuff you could either get for free or get relatively cheap. but we'll see if we can't upgrade this a little bit here soon, and I'll give you all a quick look at what happened yesterday as we was heating those and what the forge looks like when it's running. I hope y'all enjoy, like, and subscribe. Alright guys, I just turned the air off a second ago. I've got the ball actually submerged down below the coals here, and it is hot down in there. We're gonna let it kind of anneal for a few minutes and bring it up to temperature a little bit before I turn the air back on. I don't want to overheat it and stress it out. We're just gonna take our time with it and try to fully harden it and see if we can't get a good ping out of it afterwards. Stay tuned. Okay guys, I went ahead and took a couple of my little homemade bricks and set out here around it. I'm gonna try to let them, I guess, Indian style dry out, you know, around the fire. I just got them stacked up around it, and I'll turn it off and rotate them after an hour or so if they're not too hot to get a hold of with leather gloves. We'll see how it goes. They could break. I'm not sure if they're quite dry enough yet. The ball was a lot drier than these, but this is a learning process and we'll find out together. Okay guys, I have everything drying out and stuff right now. If you've noticed that you can see a little bit better, it's because I removed the tree that was beside me right here. It was driving me nuts that I pay for a light that sits right above me, yet I couldn't see while I was working. So I just went ahead and grabbed the chainsaw and got it out of the way real quick. But we're getting ready to get everything fired back up and get it back up to temperature. And I'll get back with you as soon as everything's done. Alright guys, I got everything covered up and I'm gonna let it sit and just cool down slowly overnight. It should hold its temperature for quite a while. We covered it up just to make sure, you know, it doesn't pick back up or anything, but it still holds heat down in there. And we went ahead and wet everything around us here super heavy. But we'll check on it, you know, couple times here and there for the next hour or two anyway before bed, but we'll follow back up tomorrow and see how it turns out. This is the following morning, everybody. I don't know if you can see that, but it is still very hot down inside there. It managed to keep its heat overnight, So I would say our ball is definitely hardened now. Even our bricks feel a whole lot better. They feel pretty solid. We'll let that finish cooling down, and after I get home from work today, we'll pull everything out and take a look at it.